All right, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1893, and I'm coming at you for my live review of, well, kind of last night, since it's almost 12:30 in the morning here. But the last night's very recent episode of SmackDown Live, the October 2nd, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live, and it's also the go-home show for WWE Super Showdown. I do apologize. This review is coming very late. Obviously, I've probably told you guys in the live chat already. I've been watching the National League wildcard game all night. Well, I was watching it during SmackDown, and then when, a couple people like Lauren, a few people said, they're running a little bit late. And I said, you know what, since people are going to join live anyways, I'll just wait a little bit longer anyways, go live, so I'll just watch the rest of the game. Unfortunately, it's been a really close game, and line drives every rats. It's been a close game, and it's in extra innings now. It's in the 12th inning now, and if it was like the other wild card, the Yankees and Athletics, we'll be like, all right, I'll break away. But this one specifically because I want the Rockies. I'm rooting for the Rockies personally to win the World Series. I didn't pick them to win it. I rooted for them to win the World Series because they haven't won the World Series yet. But I don't want to keep you guys waiting either. So unfortunately, I do not have cable in my bedroom. I don't have a TV in my bedroom. I do not have cable in my bedroom, so I can't watch the game in my room. And my parents are still in the living room. They both dozed off on each of the couches. So I didn't want to awkwardly do this review while they're in the room either. So that's why I'm doing this review down in my basement. That way I can put the game on in the background. But I'm not going to, pay too much attention to it. Of course, I just want to have it on the background so I know what happens. But yes, let's talk about tonight's episode of SmackDown Live again. Overall, this episode wasn't bad, but I felt that it was lacking a little bit. Like, it was one of those episodes that, had some good stuff in it. I like, okay, this was a waste of time, but I expected better for a go-home show. Like, it was one of those episodes that felt like, a spark, like the firework went up. We just got just like one or two little pops. Like, some things, we're good. Everything else was just like, it was just there. It's like I expected something, a little bit more. I wanted something a little bit more of what we got, I thought. But let's get right into it. First, check the live chat. I'll go all the way back in the live chat and read Larry's and Lauren's messages. Unfortunately, I would, but I don't want to get too much off time. We have Larry saying, Mike, you have to do the A English voice for what's coming next. No worries if you can't be too loud. Wait. Hashtag boo the woo. What's up? T and Couponer as well. A top guy who has hated hundreds of botches by Bree. Watch out, Raw. We're gonna send you. Ooh. Well, I don't have the mic of Mike on me. It's upstairs in my bedroom, but I'll do the 8 English voice, a little bit lower, but just for you, Larry. A top guy who has hated hundreds of botches by Bree. Watch out, Raw. We're gonna send you back to Milwaukee. Of course, the winner of this game I'm watching right now, either Cubs or the Rockies. Hopefully the Rockies. I don't mind the Cubs, but I want the Rockies so bad. We'll be heading off to Milwaukee. That's right. But what's up, guys? I saw that Lauren was in the live chat before as well, but it looks like that. I don't know if she's still here or not. Larry also says Raw's ratings are in the toilet. Oh, I'm sorry, because he's pressed it in my 8 English voice. Raw's ratings are in the toilet. Now let me just say, keep calm, relax, and enjoy Ruggiero Day. How does that sound? Tia Couponer says, go Braves. So I remember you mentioning once he was a Braves fan. I mean, even though I'm rooting for the Rockies to win in my postseason predictions I did earlier today, I did think the Braves were going to be the National League pennant winners, but unfortunately, I do think it's going to be the Yankees pulling off the World Series win. Again, I'm not rooting for the Yankees, but I'm only going to when Andrew McCutcheon comes back, because I'm going to root for my boy Kutch. I just gotta say that. But I'll get started with the review, guys. Keep stuff coming in the live chat. And as I've been doing recently, I was going to go through each hour before I go back to check the live chat. Just stay patient with me. And I also, at the end of this review, will give my top 10 special plan for the month of October. I did map it out. It's already available on Twitter if you've already seen it. But not, I will definitely share it with you then. Anyways, let's get started right away. So the show opens up with Paige in the ring. And she basically just wants to address what went on last week in the contract signing for the WWE Championship for this Saturday at Super Showdown in Australia. It's not no holds bar. It is no countouts, no disqualifications, there must be a winner. Again, they can't just say no holds barred, which kind of, drives me nuts. But so she basically wanted to address it. And at first it looked like that AJ Styles was going to press charges and he was going to, and it looked like, Samoa Joe was going to be fired for what he did. But apparently, I thought we would see, like, what Joe did next after he rang the doorbell and said, Daddy's home. But it sounded like they did send, like, security with there, and Joe never went into the house. So it sounded like they were planning on firing Samoa Joe. But then AJ Styles, dropped the charges, and he says he wants to, take care of this man-to-man and just bury him alive in Melbourne, Australia, which at first, and even, well, I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. So at first, and so then they showed that page, they said, I wanted AJ Styles to give you guys this message. And there was a video of AJ Styles sitting in his house just addressing the W Universe. Obviously, he cares about his family, and he will be unable to compete tonight on SmackDown Live. So he's going to be staying home until he knows that Joe is on his way on an airplane to Australia. Now, when I saw that, I kept thinking, for weeks, I kept thinking they were going to do this. And then I thought to myself, maybe they'll do it tonight. Then they're showing AJ Styles chilling at his house. I thought maybe Samoa Joe will try one more time to get into the Styles residence, and we'll see like a brawl repeated with a brawl repeated from what happened with Triple H and Randy Orton back in 2009. Unfortunately, we never got that. So it's like, okay, in some ways it makes sense making AJ look like a good father, but then the fact also that, we didn't have anything from Joe, it's just like, okay, that was like satisfying, but I would like something a little bit better. And also I would have found it, it would have put some sympathy on Joe though, which I feel it would not made it work a little bit. But I kind of thought first maybe they will go with with the idea that Joe, nice snow cone catch there by LeMahieu. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. But I thought, like, what if they did add the stipulation of Joe maybe getting fired if he doesn't win the championship here? Yes, I know people wouldn't want to see Joe get fired. I know, it'd be the weird thing, but kind of could spice things up just a little bit more to the match they're having on Saturday. I still think the match they have on Saturday could be pretty good. I'm still not sure who the winner is going to be, especially also with what happened tonight, again, with people who are involved for the number one contenders match also this Saturday as well. We'll get to that a little bit as well. So not bad, but again, I kind of wish they would have had Joe, try to break into the Styles house one more time and have like a brawl, in Styles' neighborhood. So it's just something different to spice it up a little bit, in my opinion. Unfortunately, though, we did not get that, but this was all right. I felt for the most part, but again, I would like something a little bit, could have been a little bit better than that. Then we had a mixed tag match. It was Fabulous Truth, R-Truth, and Carmella taking on Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Just like, just a fun little match, fun like random tag match. Of course, keep getting R-Truth some screen time because obviously, he's been getting a lot more popular with whatever role he's been on lately. I'll give him credit for it. Carmella and her new brown or red hair, whatever you want to call it, because apparently all blondes are dyeing their hair now, except for Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, since Liv Morgan dyed her hair pink on Raw last night. But the match I thought was decent. It was for what it was. I'm glad they've been getting Zelina Vega sometime in the ring also as well. Built her up. They only gave her one match in NXT, but I do think with all those hurricanranas she was hitting on Johnny Gargano, Drew McIntyre, and anyone else who almost faced in NXT. I just I thought she does have potential. I know she's still not fresh yet, but I'll give credit to Carmella also. I did like what Carmella did in this match as well, and what I really liked, and I popped when she did this. I've been saying this for a while. She did her Code of Silence finisher, that submission she does. Like, I love that finisher. Like, why was she not doing that and just stick to that stupid little super kick that she was doing for how long? But so I was glad to see that. It looked like Carmella was actually wrestling. It's like, hey, she can actually wrestle. Okay, I'm still not a fan of her being a baby face, though. Even though this act with Truth is entertaining, okay, I don't know if it'll last throughout the whole mixed match after the mixed match challenge ends. But I still just feel there was nothing wanting us to see Carmella be cheered, other than the fact that R-Truth was wanting to get a match with her, and then R-Truth goes as far as saying that's what's up whenever she picks up Carmella off camera, pretty much. But not a bad match. Carmella again gets Vega to tap out with a submission, so not too bad. I'll give it that. Then we see Ty Dillinger running into Paige, which I forgot to mention as always. Paige looking fine as always tonight. Paige runs into Paige and tells her that he wants Randy Orton. And then it looked like she was going to suggest the fact that she's going to get a match for the U.S. title against Nakamura, because technically he did beat him by disqualification, but then he cuts her off saying he'll deal with Nakamura later, but he wants Randy Orton now. Paige points out that Jeff Hardy has been missing in action since Hell in a Cell. And of course, she's showing his concern for Ty trying to go after Randy Orton with, what he's been up to lately. But Ty does not care, and this is something he knows he has to do. And Paige is like, I'll never understand men, which sometimes I say I never understand women, but, I'm sure women feel the same way. But Dillinger is given the match. He'll have that later on. This next segment was kind of, I wasn't the biggest fan of this for some reason. We had the New Day cook segments. They're ringside, bringing out pancakes and bringing out Mr. Bootyworth. Big E begins saying that they probably present the pilot episode of New Day Cooks. They give out their sponsors, ICO Pro, but Zero points out it's 2018 and they have new sponsors. They talk about defending the tag titles in Australia. And Kobe admits they haven't been able to hit the bar the last couple of weeks, so they need a strong dose of positivity, which is why Mr. Bootyworth, of course, is there. He's the man responsible for cooking all the pancakes and blah blah. It looked like they were about to have Mr. Bootyworth reveal their secret recipe, but then the bar came out before he could start talking about the recipe. Sheamus says it's another week of New Day coming out at like children instead of preparing for their title match. They're out here playing with food. Xavier Woods says this pilot is going straight to Guy Fieri, and they're ruining it. But Cesaro contends you can't ruin something that's already awful, and they're actually here to help. Sheamus points out that Cesaro's from Switzerland, and that the Swiss know a good thing or two about pastries. And Cesaro's apparently called chef back at home. Then Sheamus flips over the table. They start brawling. They eventually get the upper hand on New Day. And then they just awkwardly take the batter, dump it into wow, we're going 13th inning now, guys. This game is still tied. Man, this has been a really good game. Anyways, though, so then they just like dump the batter into Mr. Bootyworth's hat, and then they just put it on top of his head and dump the rest of it on him. So I don't know. This kind of felt pointless. Like, again, I said last week, there's obviously going to make it one feud where it feels like it's just more about just the titles. But I feel like I didn't know how to do this segment. This segment just felt like really pointless. Just a random little food fight. Wasn't really too funny in my opinion. Yeah, they poured batter into some guy's head, dumped on his head. Wasn't like the worst I've ever seen? No, but I don't know. It felt like filler. Like, I wasn't really too big of a fan of this. In my opinion, but it was whatever it was. So we had that segment. We're supposed to have then the match with Ty Dillinger and Randy Orton next. But before the match starts, when Randy's just slumming his way out to the ring, Ty rolls off from underneath the ring and goes and he starts brawling with Randy. And for a while, it looked like, and that's why I like last week too, it looked like they're showing like, Ty having some life in there. Again, as I keep saying, I know Ty Dillinger's not been booked well at all on the main roster, but obviously I feel a few with Randy Orton could at least be an opportunity to at least get him some momentum going. Yes, again, I don't see him beating Randy Orton, but I feel like it can at least help build up give him something, like some momentum going, and like give him something to watch. Even if he loses, I feel like if done right, he can lose, but he can gain a lot of attention. It's kind of like how when Daniel Bryan lost in 18 seconds in 2012. Something like this could give Ty Dillinger some momentum going. Again, I don't expect Ty to be a world champion something, but he could definitely be in the run for the U.S. title or even the Intercontinental title if the Intercontinental title comes to SmackDown or if he goes to Raw. I'm just saying, I feel like a feud with Randy Orton could help him in some ways. But they begin brawling again. A few times it looked like Ty was going to be getting the upper hand on him. Unfortunately, though, Randy turned the table. It looked like that Randy was about to smash him through the steel steps. But then he exposes the turnbuckle. and then he puts Ty's finger through the metal of the turnbuckle, and he starts wrenching it back at me. It just looked painful, like really painful. Pushing like the finger on the metal. I mean, it didn't look, of course, as deadly or as grueling as him pulling on Jeff Hardy's ear gauge, or him putting like the screwdriver in the ear. Ugh, man, like that looked painful as well. But my thing is, what if Orton's just trying to break off each of the fingers since he can't stand the 10 chant or something like that. So this is obviously not over between Orton and Dillinger. Again, I do look forward to, again, I'm hoping that this at least helps Ty get something going, give him something to do again. I know he's not going to be a world champion any day, but, again, he deserves at least some compelling storyline, I feel, at some point in his career. And I think his storyline with Orton would be awesome, definitely, to get him moving forward. That's what we got there. Let's check out the live chats. It's been about an hour. Let's see what we got here. Where were we at? I believe we were right here. Look at that. Put over Larry's channel. This was awesome. It's a little fun thing for me to do. I'm glad at least one person enjoys it. I'll definitely check out the tournament as well. Larry, Lauren asked if the chat disappeared. No, the chat did not disappear, but good to see you, Lauren. We're all here. Becky's poster was lit, and Orton's psycho character is brilliant. Oh, that poster by Becky Lynch is awesome. Literally, I would hang that poster in my bedroom. It's badass. Literally, I love that poster, and I do agree about Orton's character being psychotic as well. Of course, again, the turnbuckle thing with the finger again was not as deadly looking as the Hardy ear gauge, but still, like, it's still effective, I think, in my opinion. Yes, Becky, I swear, haha, King Larry. WWE by accident created the biggest female superstar of this era with badass Becky. They pretty much did. I mean, they didn't mean to, but of course, that's not what they intended to do. No, they want to make Becky this heel, whatnot. But in my respect, at least they eased back on Becky, on having Becky trash the crowd. Because again, when she did that first second, I'm like, no, stop. That it's not true. Don't even, like, just stop this right now. Yes, I still wish she would, at least acknowledge. I mean, she did last week when she attacked Charlotte during that photo session. But I at least would hope that Becky would still continue to acknowledge the fact that the crowd is behind her. I mean, she somewhat did in her segment tonight, which we'll get to later on. But she was nodding, doing, okay, yeah. So hopefully they do the right thing and just roll with it continuously. I feel like it's there, but it's not quite there with the Becky situation. Oh man, we can't get anything going. She's money as a badass. Yes, she is. Becky is. Larry doesn't care about Mel. It's understandable. Completely disappointed that they didn't do anything with Joe and Styles' home invasion. Yeah, again, I was disappointed as well. I really thought they were going to do something with maybe Styles and Joe brawling at Styles' house or something like that. That would have been awesome. But again, yes, I get it. It made sense for Styles to stay home tonight, but they could have done something else like that instead of again that New Day Cooks scene thing. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Then again, it's typical WWE pretty much. I wish someone would throw a pancake at New Day. Hey, you ever have any pancakes with chocolate chips? I can go for that right now. I love chocolate chip pancakes. I mean, strawberries, blueberries aren't bad either, but chocolate chips are my favorite pancakes as well. You are the man, dude. I second that. Thank you, Larry. Larry's a huge Sheamus and Cesaro guy. I mean, I personally think it's time we put the titles on them as well. I mean, they came to SmackDown. They were away for a while. I think it's time to put the titles on them. That's why. And of course, they're both, from, out of the country, be a good time to do so. And, I mean, I know, Switzerland is not, or Ireland isn't really, anywhere in Australia, of course, but it would be nice for the case for him to do so. Too bad we didn't get Styles and Joe. I do agree. We got Eric Gromes. What's up, Eric? He said, was there any dark matches after the mixed match challenge? Not sure, my friend. I don't know, but thank you for asking that. Thank you for joining us live. Because they don't just set the bar, they are the bar. Pretty much, Larry. Going at it. Could Ono be a third member of the bar? Eventually, Sheamus be the manager of them. You know, again, I did hear the rumor about apparently Cesaro did show up at an NXT house show this weekend and reunite with his old tag team partner Cassius Ohno. I think they were called like can't remember exactly what they were called as a tag team. Someone can remind me in the live chat. But you know, something happens because again, I keep hearing rumors about Sheamus, you know, dealing with spinal stenosis. Like, what if Sheamus can't wrestle one day? And they, you know, again, I say Cesaro deserves to get a singles run again, and of course, be a world champion. But of course, we all know that's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I'd be completely cool with you know, if Sheamus had to be just a manager, Cassius Ohno replacing him in the bar. I think that would be worthwhile. Or if they want to maybe make, you know, another stable with them. That'd be a great stable, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Cassius Ohno. Them in a Shield actually would put on a pretty good match, I shall say so. Not the Shield we're in 2018, of course. Everybody's saying hello. Eric said he was at SmackDown. Nice. Glad you really saw not too bad of a show. Left halfway through last mixed match challenge, wondering if there was a dark match. I'm not too sure if there was, but again, hopefully you did have a great time. Tina Coupon said, Ono is a third member of the bar. Damn, that's an interesting idea because we're all geniuses and WWE Creative absolutely sucks, especially on Raw. Larry, Ono, and Cassius, Ono, Cesaro, and Ring of Honor, they were kings of wrestling. That's what I thought it was. Eric said it was great. He saw Raw last night too. Better Undertaker was awesome. I'm glad you got to definitely see that segment. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan. I mean, Raw had some good moments, but of course, I wasn't a fan of that first hour, you know, with the annoying decisions Corbin was making. But, you know, glad you got to go and you had fun. That's awesome. Now that you're saying it, damn right, they were a team. Enjoy Taker's entrance to the ring. That was awesome. Great to hear from that. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Thanks for pointing over T and Couponer. Thanks for reminding everybody. Awesome. Again, I know, again, I'm sorry, this is late, guys. I know I'm kind of rushing through this. I'm not being too loud, but again, I really want to see what's going on with this game here. And of course, my parents are sleeping upstairs in the living room. But I'll continue on to the second hour of SmackDown Live. So we had, I actually like what they did here with the Daniel Bryan, Shelton Benjamin. I'm sorry, Shelton Benjamin and The Miz tonight. So Shelton Benjamin was advertised to have a match against Daniel Bryan tonight, saying that, you know, he's tired of, you know, sitting on the bench. He's looking for opportunity, so he's being given one tonight with Daniel Bryan. So Shelton Benjamin is backstage working out. Miz rolls up. Wait a minute. Yes! Rockies take the lead. Yes! Yes! Sorry, I got excited there. Anyways, that's awesome. Anyway, so Shelton Benjamin pretty much, Miz rolls up, and pretty much, like, you know, just states the facts to what's true about Shelton Benjamin. He's not been doing much at all. I mean, they don't mention, but he really hasn't been doing much at all since they split him and Chad Gable, which, again, I still don't understand why they randomly did that. Now Chad Gable is part of Team Too Happy on Raw, as I call them. But so he's pretty much, he wants to out there to prove himself, and pretty much Miz is taking that to his advantage to have him, you know, hurt Daniel Bryan before we get started. But that match was a little bit later on, as next we had Aiden English talking to a crew member, getting ready for him to reveal the footage of what happened in Milwaukee. So we came back from commercial. Rusev came out with Lana saying that how Aiden attacked him and ended their team friendship recently, before taking it too far, talking about a videotape about his wife in Milwaukee. And he wants to hear what happens. Aiden needs to kind of like a man know and tell them that what's going on here, because this is bogus, as he says. English comes out. He says the evidence is right here, but first he has some facts for us. He starts talking about, you know, all these facts about Milwaukee, pretty much. And Lana cuts him off, saying that he's stalling, but he continues on, keeps talking about it. But then he eventually transitions, saying that this is going to be a great film, as he calls it, One Night in Milwaukee. he rolls footage, and we see himself shirtless, warming up and just working on his entrance for whatever show they were doing that night, and trying to come up with something with Milwaukee. It wasn't working. Wasn't like what he says. But then Lana comes in. Lana comes in and says she won't be long. She has something to tell him that she's been thinking about for a long time, and it's important to say it out loud. And then she just says she wants him, but then the tape freezes. She wants him, and we're thinking we're going to say something else. Well, first, you think about it, she wants him, that she wants, to get it on with him pretty much. Obviously, he's shirtless. Lana is, what did I say? A pretty sexy woman. So, of course, obviously, who wouldn't want Lana? Well, the only person to get Lana is her husband, Rusev. Well, that's, of course, when Lana's doing her Russian accent. They make it remind where Lana has her accent or doesn't have her accent. So, I'm like, okay, what does she want? But then they freeze the tape, making it look like that Lana wanted him. So afterwards, Rusev just starts freaking out, looks at Lana, and Aiden says he'd love to show the rest, but he can't for legal reasons. He's got an attractive offer from TMZC, and he would want to, cheat on them. And then Rusev charges the ramp after Aiden English, but English runs backstage. We do later on see Rusev backstage looking for Aiden English, but he can't find him. And Lana's trying to, settle him down so he can explain. But Rusev just wants to tear apart Aiden English. But to me, it obviously looks like Aiden's just trying to manipulate, Rusev and Lana, since he feels that Lana got in the way of their friendship, which is why he turned his back on them. So I mean, yeah, I guess it's not too bad. So I mean, it was strange, but it's kind of obvious that Aiden edited that. Of course, they could throw a swerve at us, but then again, I don't know if I want to see Rusev and Lana split. Obviously they're both popular. Keep them as baby faces, and don't try completely sabotage them like you already tried with Rusev Day recently before you finally gave in and turned him face. Yeah, but then we had a recap of the stuff with the Brothers of Destruction and DX from Raw. We also had one later on with the Shield, like this, why do we have to get a recap of that? Don't understand why. We have Daniel Bryan come out and have his match with Shelton Benjamin, and I actually like this match. I liked how obviously it makes sense. Shelton Benjamin again is frustrated for not being given opportunities. He's given an opportunity against Daniel Bryan. Of course, the Miz is on commentary, hoping that Shelton Benjamin will take advantage of this and help him out as well. Injuring him, Daniel Bryan, so that way Bryan won't be ready for their match for Super Showdown on Saturday and won't be able to beat him for the number one contenders, the number one contendership to the WWE Championship. And again, Benjamin was very aggressive. I mean, yeah, he didn't look like he was in as good a shape, but he looked aggressive. You can tell he was frustrated in this match, and he came at Daniel Bryan pretty physically. And of course, Bryan fought back at times as well. Miz is on commentary, continued to just put down Daniel Bryan and then root on Shelton Benjamin. And towards the end of the match, he was Miz like, I'm sick of these yes chances. Bryan was getting ready to do his running knee. But then the Miz came up onto the ramp to distract him. Bryan punched him in the face. And then Bryan turned to go do the running knee. But then Benjamin had revived himself and hit him with the pay dirt. And to surprise, Shelton Benjamin gets the win. So my thing is now I'll let you know what I think when I do I will do a Super Showdown special stream either probably tomorrow or Thursday to give my predictions for Super Showdown. Even though again I'm not completely excited about Super Showdown, there are stuff I still am looking forward to Super Showdown, which is why I will check out Super Showdown sometime this Saturday. But Daniel Bryan's been doing a lot of losing lately, and I'm not sure if this is going to set him up for to eventually overcome the Miz. Or if he will overcome the Miz, and since he's been on a losing streak lately, because the story's already there. Daniel Bryan is not been able to overcome the Miz. Of course, helps also make the WWE Championship match not as predictable as well. We could see AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. We could see AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. I still think Samoa Joe does deserve a title run. He's with the work he's doing right now. Samoa Joe deserves to win that championship on Saturday. I feel we could get Brian and Joe. Also, of course, also with Shelton Benjamin getting the win over. I'm sorry, Shelton Benjamin getting the win. Obviously, he wants opportunities, and he probably should be getting more out of this. So if Daniel Bryan does not win on Saturday, what if, as I mentioned before, the idea behind this is, at first I thought it could happen. Miz wins Saturday, dethrones the Miz, AJ Styles at SmackDown Live 1000, or Crown Jewel. Don't care about that at all whatsoever, as I keep saying. And I thought first that maybe Bryan would go on a feud with Randy Orton, and just he'd be Ryan would be Orton's next victim. But now with Shelton Benjamin getting a victory over Bryan, if Bryan doesn't win on Saturday, maybe he can have a feud with Shelton Benjamin. It's just a thought there, but we'll see what happens. Again, I'll think about it a little bit more and give my thoughts for a Super Showdown. I do that tomorrow. Afterwards, the Miz beats down on Bryan afterwards, injuring his ribs even more, and hits him a skull-crushing finale. Says, "I'll see you on Saturday. You're gonna need all the luck you can." We then have Naomi doing a thing for Susan G. Combs' Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Then we had her best friend Asuka have a match against Peyton Royce. Match was what it was. Asuka eventually gets Peyton to tap out. They have their tag match on Saturday. Don't care too much about it, honestly, but I'll give my predictions for that tomorrow as well. And then finally, we were getting hyped that Becky Lynch was going to have a surprise for Charlotte for Saturday. So Becky comes out, makes her entrance. She talks about how 6 weeks ago she stopped waiting. She started talking. She started taking, and became the best thing about SmackDown Live, which is pretty much true. She gets a good pop for that. She runs the women's division, which is true, and has made the most relevant thing in all of WWE. Somewhat true, because she learned that being kind and patient gets you nothing but stabbed in the back and treated for a fool. But no, not anymore, because now she's relentless and strikes early and often, like the video package she rolls out to go on with her and Charlotte. Time and time again that she's proven she owns Charlotte, but it's funny because still the champ can't get the respect that she deserves. Where's her magazine cover and her new action figure? Heck, she's not even on the poster for Super Showdown, but Charlotte is. And someone pointed this out yesterday. So is Bray Wyatt and I forgot who, and Bobby Roode, and they're not even on the show. Like, what's up with that? Why isn't Becky on this poster still? Ooh, hit a batter, rats. Anyways, so she's spitting truth, and again, how are we supposed to hate Becky for this? But anyways, so she's gonna she's gonna prove that her face deserves to be on all magazine covers, billboards, and she also deserves to be the face of the company. And she actually took care of that herself. She went through the trouble of designing a new poster for Super Showdown. She unveils it. It's a painting of the Super Showdown background, and her standing on a triumphant fallen Charlotte, holding her title high, which again looked completely badass. And then Charlotte comes up, just storms out there, charges the ramp, and her and Becky brawl. And for the first time, even though Becky wasn't completely laid out, but Charlotte got the upper hand on Becky. She laid her out with a boot to the face and stands over the fallen champion, and they just stare each other down, and that's how the show pretty much ends. So, all right, the poster thing was cool, but I thought for being the final segment of a go home show, I really thought Becky was gonna do something that was gonna infuriate Charlotte more, maybe say, oh, I'm gonna have you turned your back on your father or something like that years ago, and I spoke the truth about that, so I'm gonna get into his head also, or something like that, like something a little bit more, gonna add something else to to the match at Super Showdown. But it didn't. Again, it wasn't bad. I mean, the poster was badass, but it's just like a couple other things that I felt like things were all right, but they could have been better. I feel like something was missing for us to be the big cap off the finale for the go home show tonight. But it still wasn't a bad show. But that is it. Don't mention A-Rod, or A-Fraud as I call him. But that's it for my thoughts on SmackDown Live tonight. Check the live chat again in a second, but here's the polls. What grade would you give SmackDown Live? 7 votes, 43% said A, 57% said B, nobody said anything lower, and 3 votes for what show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live, and everybody said SmackDown Live. You guys have great taste. And of course, I got that poster of Becky Lynch retweeted as well. So let's check the live chat one more time before I do go over my schedule for my top 10 streams for the month of October. Let's see here. Where do we got it? I think we were right here. We got Eric saying, watch this wildcard game. It's sick. He says, go Rockies as well. Definitely. I mean, I don't hate the Cubs, but yeah, Rockies never won the World Series. You know, I just really want them to win. They're winning right now 2-1 in the bottom of the 13th, I believe it is. So, like your taste there, Eric. Thanks again for joining us. Mike celebrating is awesome. Embrace him, like, or if I should quote Bray Wyatt, who used to be with Dean Ambrose. Embrace us, Dean. Embrace us, Dean. I can make this go away. Yeah, that feud was all right, but it didn't do anything for either one of them. Yes, it'll strike out. The Rockies don't. The Cubs won't score on a run. The Rockies win. Anyways, Milwaukee. Yeah, they go up against the Brewers next. Rusev Day should have won the tag titles at WrestleMania this year. I agree. I don't know why they didn't at least give them that. Guess I'm the only one in the chat who doesn't like Lana too much, he claims. I mean, as a wrestler, honestly, Lana isn't really anything too spectacular. But, you know, as a manager, just a figure, you know, her presence is always enjoyed. Rusev will believe Aiden. Lana will have the real video. Lauren says, Lana is the best number one. Lauren is eating and watching. What are you eating, Lauren? Rusev Day was the hottest thing ever WrestleMania time this year. They ruined every moment they had. Hurts me just a little bit, which is true again because, you know, Rusev Day got over. So of course, it's not like, okay, you know, we'll make Rusev a baby face, but the Rusev Day tag team can't exist anymore. But of course, Rusev Day does not go away, as you know, that's obviously still over as hell. At least they're finally, you know, treating Rusev like a baby face, and hopefully they're not going to at least, like, you know, sabotage him as a baby face. So either. Rusev needed to be on his own, but I think they need to run the tag titles. She's eating salmon and cauliflower. Ooh, salmon. Salmon's pretty good. Although I still always say that my dad cooks the greatest salmon ever. Like his salmon is delicious, but salmon is delicious. Cauliflower is good too. Aiden, I want you. So Lama guy, he misses Batista, Undertaker, JBL, Eddie Orton, etc. Era of SmackDown. That was definitely a great era from the highlights I've seen there. Of course, we'll be seeing Batista at SmackDown Live 1000 in 2 weeks, which should be awesome to see him again. And drinking Sprite. Lauren, you're awesome. That's my favorite soda, Sprite. Colorado winning 2-1 going into the bottom of the inning. Thanks for updating us. Yes, of course, that's the case. 1 out here. Javier Baez, a 2-2 count on him. Let's see this pitch really fast because, of course, the top of his back is Rizzo's already out of the game. Swing and a miss. Yes. 2 outs now. Rockies are 1 out away from going to the NLDS. Yes, I love the fact that Shelton Benjamin is still alive as well, Larry. And the win for him is super cool. Definitely give him some momentum going. Yeah, Super Showdown is close to being like I heard it's going to be 5 hours. And Tian Kupar here is going to be 6. Oh, my goodness. Again, I probably won't watch every single match. Again, I'm definitely not going to start watching it at 5 o'clock in the morning either on a Saturday. I have no reason to get up that early on Saturday, so I'm not going to get early to watch it. I will check it out, though. I don't think I'll watch every single match, though, but, you know, that is ridiculous. Yeah, Lawrence in the same boat as me. 5 hours minimum. Just excited for possible heel turns. Bella heel turn won't be exciting. They do something interesting with the Ambrose thing. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'd say do it Saturday. Turn Ambrose on Saturday. But of course, you know, I just still have that bad feeling they're going to wait till TLC. I have that really bad feeling they're going to wait till then. Um, Obviously, I could see either Ambrose, the Bellas, maybe Bobby Lashley turning on Cena, but yes! Yes! Rockies win! Yes! My prediction me root for the Rockies are still alive. Yeah! Even though I didn't pick them to go all the way, I still am happy the fact that they won. Man, wow. The Cubs were on top of the division all year. Of course, the Pirates brought them back down. They won their last series. We're taking 2 out of 3 from them. And the Brewers just stormed right past them. I mean, again, hats off to the Cubs. Again, they're a great team. But, man, what a game. The Rockies win 2-1 in 13 innings. An impressive game, guys. But anyways, getting back to this live chat. Again, I would have been a lot more louder. I'm going more nuts. But, again, I don't want to wake up my parents upstairs. Anyways, but the only 4 possible heel turns I see happening again is Ambrose, the Bellas, Bobby Lashley, maybe on John Cena, even though it probably wouldn't happen, or Asuka. But then again, we have too many heels right now. We need some face turns here, guys. We shouldn't expect anything. Hopefully, it probably won't happen. Dean won't be entertaining the turn either at this point, pretty much. Becky posters for all, sure, I'll take it. I would have done the Dean turn at SummerSlam. Again, I feel that's what should have happened also. Becky. Orton's next victim will be either Miz, Daniel, or the WWE champion. Or after Dillinger, it probably could be either, Bryan, could be Styles also as well. As if you want to go that far. Of course, he'll work his way eventually be going for the title. She thinks that Jeff will return as brother Nero and Willow. That'd be awesome. Yeah, hope the umpire was okay as well. I think he's all right. He likes Willow also. Orton's next big victim will be Rey Mysterio. I heard rumors that Rey could either return Saturday at Super Showdown or at SmackDown Live 1000. Would be awesome if that could happen definitely for Rey. Of course, because he was mostly a SmackDown guy, I believe, when he was around. What if Orton interfered in the Miz versus Bryan match? That's what I saw happening at first. I mean, he's in the middle of it still looks like there's something going on still with him and Ty. But if that wasn't, I would have been like, yeah, it's probably what is going to happen with Orton. But it could happen. You never know. Tina Couponer, that would be a massive upset. Could happen. Are you surprised Maria didn't show up tonight? Kind of, I don't know. Maybe they'll wait till after Super Showdown. Maybe she'll be a part of something for Evolution, maybe. But I did hear the rumors that Maria Kanellis is clear to surprise. They have her and Mike on separate shows now. Mike's just jobbing on Main Event. By the way, Mike, it's Baby Rusev now that you know. Oh, boy, Baby Rusev. Lauren wants to see Orton interfere with Bryan and Miz. Someone said in the stream one time, Mela as a face is good, but it wasn't necessarily needed. I mean, yeah, again, obviously, she's entertaining, and again, I think her wrestling is a little bit better. Again, I like the performance. And again, I was very happy. Again, she used the code of silence because I love that submission. But yeah, it still feels like it wasn't quite necessary. Man, the Cubs are like shocked big time. Yep, Colorado wins. Yes, definitely watching the yeah, watching the game in the live stream is definitely an awesome thing. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, again, I would watch it in my room, but again, I don't have cable in my room. Lauren says, hey, at least you can be loud where you are. Yeah, I mean, we're not too loud. I mean, and the other thing is too is I can't keep the basement door completely closed because my cat's litter box is down here also. So I had to at least keep it cracked open. That way he can get down there if he, has to use the box pretty much. Wait, then again, Mike, rumor has it they will do a stable warfare thing for Survivor Series, which doesn't want to see. Enough with the fake stable stuff. NXT is the only place where I want to see a big stable war thing. War Games, of course. So everything tells me they won't turn Ambrose yet. Yeah, again, I have a bad feeling here. I can turn the TV off now. But I have this really bad feeling because obviously, again, one, I mean, they could do the turn at Survivor Series because, of course, that's where the Shield debuted. But I feel, they wanted to, repeat, kind of what happened the Shield's first match on the main roster, which is a TLC match against Ryback and Team Hell No in 2012. So I really think, even because they didn't get to do it last year because of the injury, well, not the injury, because of Roman Reigns getting sick with the mumps. I think they were going to go for him. Probably sometime after that will get the Ambrose turn, but of course by then they'll probably drag out and push over the fact that, hey, Dean Ambrose can turn heel, guys. Pretty much, as I keep ranting about. But yeah, Survivor Series again. I need to do a video on why, again, Survivor Series should not be Raw versus SmackDown. Like, bring something different. Don't be another bragging rights pay-per-view. Because last year's Survivor Series wasn't too bad. I wasn't a fan of what happened in the main event though. But we saw some good matches in last year's Survivor Series pay-per-view, I remember. Yeah, so I'll give everybody another minute in the live chat. But just really quickly here, I will go over the schedule that I have here for my special top 10 streams for the month of October. Now, I was going to do all women's streams because of with Evolution being this month. But I have 4 Thursdays I need to fill in beforehand, so I had a different topic though, which is going to be next Thursday, and it makes sense with what's going to be happening the following Tuesday. So this Thursday is going to be my top 10 women's / divas champions of all time, title reigns, of course, I'm going to refer to there. The second one, which is going to be October 11th, will be my top 10 SmackDown moments of all time. The following week, it will be the top 10 women's matches of all time. And then the last one, which will be the Thursday before Evolution, will be my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time, plus a bonus topic as well. I won't tell you what it is yet, but all I can say is the cuffs are coming off demand that day, and I'm going all out with this bonus topic, but I'll keep that as a surprise when we get there. So everything tells me they won't turn Ambrose yet. This week is Divas Women's Champions. Nice. Yes. Lauren says, yeah, my suggestions, of course, because your suggestions are awesome. Of course, all your suggestions you guys give me also are great as well. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up again. I'm sorry again, this stream came late, but I was really into this Rockies and Cubs game. Since I'm rooting a team I'm rooting for to win the World Series is the Rockies, because they haven't won a World Series yet. But of course, my predictions from earlier, I really think it's going to end up being the Yankees and Braves, with the Yankees winning the World Series. Again, on the bright side, at least Andrew McCutchen will get a World Series ring if that's the case, and Giancarlo Stanton and Neil Walker, because well, 2 of my former players, and Stan, I'm a huge fan of Stanton as well. Looking forward to watching your videos this month. Thanks, Tia Couponer. Becky should have faced Asuka or Naomi at the next pay-per-view. She could have done that, but I think we're going to get that eventually. Becky versus Asuka in a submission match. Nice. I definitely think that would be awesome. And Lauren says, see you all Thursday. Great stream. Thank you again, guys, for your patience again. But yeah, so again, tomorrow we'll most likely, I'll try to do it tomorrow, my preview predictions for Super Showdown. I will also do my live reviews later on tomorrow night for 205 Live at NXT. Thursday will be the top 10 women's / divas champions of all time. And again, I am pushing this week also to get back to doing the Shabs 3000 Let's Play. I put that off for almost 2 weeks now, but things have been nuts. But I'm trying to get little small things done that I do for fun. On my own time. So I'm going to try to get back to doing Shabs. And when I get back to doing Shabs, I'm going to knuckle down and try to get that done the next week or so for that Let's Play. But, and of course, just continue on to do whatever comes with the thought or whatever I get suggested. So again, Larry, Eric, Tia Couponer, Lauren, guys, thank you all for joining me in this late stream. Again, awesome the Rockies won. But I'll be checking out now, guys. Again, B- for SmackDown this week. Again, it wasn't a bad show, but it felt like it could have been better for a go-home show, but of course, SmackDown was a better show than Raw this week. So that's my thoughts on SmackDown Live. Please let us down in the comment section below as always. Please click my like and subscribe or content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirboy93. And also, again, I'll probably see you tomorrow sometime during the day. Again, first, for my Super Showdown preview and predictions video. So until then, guys, I will see you all later. Have a good night. Sweet dreams, everybody. And peace out from my basement once again.